Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Jonathan Cotto. San Antonio police investigating a shooting happening on the city's east side. We know 2 people are in the hospital this morning. We'll have details coming up.
A cause for concern by health officials for the latest surge in children hospitalizations, what doctors are warning.
And taking a live look out of the Alamo City, 63 degrees to start your Saturday morning. What does the rest of the weekend look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. But from now, good morning. It is 6 o'clock. It is Saturday morning. I got to say, yesterday.
Happy Saturday.
Picture perfect out there. Did you make it outside, go on the walk?
Of course.
Of course.
Went on a walk like around, I think, noon, and it wasn't hot. It was nice. I wasn't sweating. The humidity is just a tiny bit back, but it's not noticeable.
Well, I think I can feel it this morning.
I was just
but it's not that bad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not like that summertime humidity that's just awful, that wall of humidity. Yeah. But this weekend, we are going to notice a little bit more moisture out there, and it is going to be a bit warmer too across south central Texas. Take a look outside right now with temperatures, again, not as cool as it has been the last few mornings. We're in the low 60s, even in the upper 50s in some areas like Uvalde, Hondo, Eagle Pass, Rock Springs. But it's 65 in San Antonio, 63 in New Braunfels, 63 in Helotes, 63 in Bandera, 58 at Cincinnati, and 61 in Seguin. Now this weekend does call for a warm and somewhat breezy forecast. Today we'll see wind gusts from the south up to about 25 miles per hour, and tomorrow up to about 30 miles per hour. Notice it's going to be pretty warm too. The average high this time of year is 80 degrees. We're going to be much warmer than that. 87 today and 88 tomorrow. Noticeably more humid tomorrow for the forecast. 88 degrees there. But generally the biggest thing you'll notice, a little bit warmer and some breezy conditions. Now after Sunday, we do have an opportunity for rain. I'll have a look at that rain chance coming up in a bit. Sarah and Max.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, 2 people in the hospital after a shooting on the city's east side.
Our Jonathan Cotto joining us live. Good morning, Jonathan. What have you been able to learn?
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Max. Well, we are learning it's 2 men who were involved in this shooting, but we can take a look at what that busy scene looked like last night, just minutes after 10 p.m. We know San Antonio police responding to the 4600 block of Lavender Lane. This is actually the location where the driver managed to get to in an effort of getting away after he and his passenger were shot at while at the intersection of W.W. White Road and Houston Street. Again, this is on the city's east side. We're also learning the suspect did take off, but police did not get a good description of that person. Coming back out live, police are telling us the driver was shot twice, once in the arm and once in the leg, and his passenger was shot in the head. We're told they were brought here to BAMC. The passenger in critical condition. As of right now, the driver is expected to be okay. Police are looking to learn more later this morning from the driver. But of course, this shooting remains under investigation. Reporting live outside of BAMC, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. We want to take a moment, send our thoughts and prayers to the family of beloved longtime San Antonio radio host, Russell Rush.
Russell Rush passed away yesterday following a lengthy battle with T-cell lymphoma. His wife confirmed on social media via a post. Rush was a radio host for 96.1 Now and longtime friend of KSAT. His wife announced that they will be working on a memorial service and will give an update as soon as possible. Well, an argument inside a 7-Eleven turned into a shooting on the city's northeast side. This happened last night in the 5600 block of North Foster Road. Police say the argument between a 7-Eleven employee and another person started inside the store. The two walked outside, continuing to argue. That's when police witnesses heard a gunshot. The employee was shot and taken to BAMC. The suspect left the scene. This is an ongoing investigation.
One man behind bars this morning facing manslaughter charges. So take a look. This is 41-year-old Clarence Campbell. Police say back on October 8th, Campbell allegedly assaulted a man, punching him in the jaw, causing him to fall to the ground. Arrest records read that Campbell left the scene. When police arrived, they found the victim bleeding on the street. Now, that man was taken to the hospital. He later died on October 16th. According to police, Campbell was upset with the man over not giving Campbell gas money.
The first day of early voting is set for Monday, and the latest polling numbers show Governor Greg Abbott in an 11% lead over his gubernatorial opponent, former Congressman Beto O'Rourke. The Texas Politics Project at the University of Austin released a new poll on Friday that shows more than half of Republican voters say immigration and border security are the most important, while Democrats say their priorities are dispersed between abortion, healthcare, gun violence, and climate change. But political science expert John Taylor says the snapshot of numbers cannot predict the future.
So it comes down to independent voters. And that block of independent voters seem right now to be leaning more toward Abbott than O'Rourke.
John Taylor, political science expert, University of San Antonio, Texas. Now, he has actually been on our show before. Again, early voting kicks off on Monday. If you have any questions about voting, you can check out the ballot right now. Head to KSAT.com. We have an entire voter guide, everything you need to know before you head to the polls. Early voting runs from Monday to November 4th. And then, of course, Election Day is November 8th. Time now, 6:06, 63 degrees out.
Still ahead, David Elder takes us to a new spot in town, serving up some yummy Italian food. On cue, my stomach just growled.
Oh my goodness, it looks so good. What's not good, a big concern over respiratory viruses in children across the country. We hear from doctors next.
63 degrees at 6:06. It's been nice weather lately. It's kind of nice. Fall's like, hey, I'm going to stick around for a bit. But how high are temps going to get today and tomorrow? Sarah Spivey will let us know when we come back.
Good morning and welcome back. A growing concern this morning about a surge in children being hospitalized with respiratory illnesses.
Hospitals in at least 43 states in our nation's capital report they're seeing a spike in hospitalizations for the flu, RSV, and other common viruses. ABC's Karina Mitchell has the warnings from doctors.
Across the country, hospitals are again feeling the strain, but it's now due to a surge in respiratory illnesses in children.
I'm here to check you over, make sure we can get you feeling better, okay?
Hospital officials tell ABC News they're facing a surge of the flu, RSV, and other common viruses. The age group most impacted, according to the CDC, is kids under 5. Lakin Weaver, who lives outside Dallas, says 3 nearby hospitals were full when she tried to get care for her son, who has asthma and was sick with the virus RSV.
I'm panicking, crying. That's a scary feeling. You don't know what's happening in that moment.
After an 80-minute ambulance ride, she got him to Cook Children's Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas, where doctors are treating nearly 300 RSV patients a day.
This has been the highest volume of patients I have ever seen.
Doctors say respiratory illness warning signs include fast or labored breathing, flared nostrils, blue or discolored skin on the face, signaling low oxygen, and dehydration, such as dry mouth or a decrease in wet diapers. Adria Mullins took her 4-month-old daughter to the ER when she saw those signs.
It was rapid breathing, and it was her chest sinking in as she took a breath in and her stomach going out.
Doctors add children under 6 months old and kids with pre-existing lung or heart conditions could be more vulnerable. With a tough flu season expected, they stress it's more important than ever to keep kids up to date on their flu and COVID vaccines. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
All right, well, back here at home, what are we looking at? 63 degrees.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the last 2 days.
Max actually went outside and went for a walk.
Went for a walk. I can now
Way to
walk.
go, Max.
I know. I had to soak in the sun, walked around the Pearl, and I just sat outside and made phone calls.
Did you get a tan?
I haven't gotten a tan in 30 years, so that's where I'm at. But I'm still trying. Don't worry about it. Old enough.
But guys, yeah, yesterday the weather was great, and honestly the weather today is going to be really nice too. You may just notice a touch of humidity out there, but still a beautiful day ahead for us. Now you can see that clouds have come back. These clouds are with us this morning because humidity is rising. It's 65 degrees outside. Dew points are right near 60 degrees as well. So you will notice it doesn't feel as crisp out there this morning, but again, not too bad. The The winds right now are from the south at 10 miles per hour, but a big thing you'll notice today is that there will be wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour from the south. So a bit of a breeze today. If you have those Halloween decorations up, they're going to be swaying throughout the day today with those wind gusts of up to about 25 miles per hour. So it might be a little bit of a nuisance for you depending on what your outdoor plans are. But in general, again, today's going to be a pretty nice day, just a little bit warmer than average. Outside right now, it's 57 in Rock Springs, 56 in Hondo, 60 in Pleasanton, 62 in Gonzales, 63 in New Braunfels, 60 in Del Rio, cool 55 in Eagle Pass. And one of the reasons why it's so much warmer this morning than the last few mornings is because the humidity is higher. Dew points are up some 10 to 15 degrees from where they were yesterday. Dew points are a measure of how we look at the humidity in the air. And again, you should be able to notice a little bit of humidity. And we can actually see it too. This is a look at the satellite from space, and you can see here's Dallas, here's Austin, here's San Antonio. And just within the last couple of hours, we've seen these clouds work their way in right along the escarpment and across the hill country. And so we do have some clouds early this morning, but we anticipate those clouds gradually clearing throughout the day. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast in the 60s early this morning, but we will already be at 70 degrees by 10. And then it's in the afternoon that our winds really do start to pick up. A steady wind from the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusts up to 25 miles per hour. We'll be near 80 around the lunch hour, and then topping off for the afternoon right around 87 for the high. Elsewhere, it's going to be 85 in Helotes this afternoon, 88 in Hondo, 89 in Poteet, 89 in Seguin, 85 in Comfort. And again, our average high this time of year is 80, so quite a bit warmer than seasonably average. Then, as we head into early next week, we do have a shot at some rain. It's not going to be widespread rain, but the chance is still there. So as we look at the weather setup, there's a cold front across the northern Rockies that's set up, and that is going to interact with some moisture from what is Hurricane Roslyn across the Pacific. Now, Roslyn is expected to make landfall near Puerto Vallarta later into early Sunday, but for tomorrow, we'll be just plain old humid here in San Antonio. Wind gusts of up to 30 miles per hour, a humid, warm, and windy day for your Sunday. Then as we head into Monday, things start to change a bit for us. During the morning on Monday, we could have some isolated to widely scattered showers, and then that front is going to move through Monday night into Tuesday morning. And with that front moving through Monday night into Tuesday morning, that's when we'll have a broken line of storms. Broken being the key word there. Unfortunately, not everybody is going to see rain from this front on Monday night into Tuesday morning, but the potential is there. Behind that front, it is going to be very windy, gusts up to 35 miles per hour on Tuesday, and temperatures will fall from the 80s into the 70s. So not a potentially potent Arctic front for us, but a front nonetheless. And again, just a couple of things to keep in mind. Monday's going to be a pretty cloudy day with on and off again showers. Not everyone, unfortunately, is going to be seeing rain. A 40% coverage. We'll be looking at a 40% chance for some storms. Monday night into Tuesday, again, broken line of storms. Behind that front, gusty winds, cool mornings, comfortable afternoons. And guys, you know what? Halloween right around the corner. About 10 days to Halloween, 9 days to Halloween.
I'm so glad you brought it up. Have you figured out your costumes yet?
I have not, but coming up, I do have a pumpkin patch forecast for people if they're wanting to soak up this weekend and get to take their fall pictures.
It's about time. I just realized I need to get all this stuff done.
I need to figure it out.
What, 2 weeks left? Less than 2 weeks left?
Yeah, like next Monday.
I have a week. Okay, good.
We have time. All right,
week.
Sarah, thank you so much. 6:16, 63 degrees out.
All right, batteries are something we all use, but do you ever get tired of having to keep buying them? Still ahead, a look at rechargeable batteries and how they can help you save that cash.
And he's going to a restaurant that I've been wanting to try for a long time. Today on Texas Eats, David Elder taking us one of the newest spots of the Pearl, a huge chicken parm dish. I love chicken parm.
Can't go wrong with chicken parm. Looks good. All right, pick 3, 130, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 5521, Fireball 2.
Your cash 5, 5, 7, 15, 31, 32. Are you going to check your numbers?
I didn't play.
You didn't play?
No.
Is it not?
It's not as high.
Oh, okay. We'll check out the number. I hope it's like 500 million. But not high enough for Sarah Costa. Here are your Mega Million numbers: 34, 36, 43, 45, 68, Big number 22, Megaplier 2. Good luck. We'll be right back.
So we do a little bit differently here. We do a beer batter. So we use Shiner box beer and we create like a flour. We go in flour into a beer batter, back into flour. So it's a little bit like a bread press, but almost like a beer batter as well. And it's massive. It's a 16-ounce portion. It's gnarly.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is a big piece of chicken.
Mozzarella melted on top, San Marzano tomato sauce on the bottom.
And look at the inside, just beautiful.
Yep, boom,
Here,
cheers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, baby.
That's a double fist bump. That is incredible.
So it is on my list of places to try. I love all the places at the Pearl, but I know my girlfriend goes here for lunch because she works in that area.
Oh.
Nothing.
How nice.
But great reviews.
It looks good.
And, you know, every time David does an inside scoop, follow him on social media, I ask him, I go, 1 to 10, how are we looking?
He tells us really what he thinks.
So, 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Gave me a straight up 10 out of 10 on that.
All right.
Which is, it's unique for David Elder.
That is unique.
All right. Time now, just about 6:22, 63 degrees out.
Go Spurs, go. In sports, we have a recap of last night's Spurs game. Max will let us know what we need to know.
Let's go. Good morning, welcome back, and go Spurs, go. So the Spurs on the road test, first win of the season, taking on the Pacers. Let's take a look. So here we go. Second game of the season. Spurs starting off strong. Zach Collins nailing the jumper, putting the Spurs up 10 after 1. Now let's go to the third quarter. Man of the night, Josh Richardson off the bench, 4-3, putting the Spurs up by 20. Richardson leading the Silver and Black, 27 points. The Spurs, well, they let the Pacers back in the game. They did make it a game, down 3 with the final shot. Richardson, great defense, making a tough 3, and they hold on for the first win of the season. 137 to 134. So let's go. Go Spurs, go. So game 2 of 82. And here we go. We're on the board. Next up, though, another road test in Philadelphia, 5 o'clock, Wells Fargo Center. Big announcement from the Spurs, though. The team announcing its 50th year promotional schedule for the 22-23 season. We got Fiesta nights, exclusive collectibles. The schedule includes 8 50th anniversary themes nights. 5 of them will feature Spurs team bobblehead nights, exclusive bobbleheads given out to fans in attendance of each game. Some of the bobblehead characters include George Gervin, David Robinson, Timmy, Manu, and of course Tony Parker. And I gotta say, when we did the live shot out there the other day, they gave us the George Gervin one. And the cool part about the bobbleheads, if you go to all of these events, they can actually merge together and they become a barge, like the barges of the parade, like the river parades when they win the championships.
That's cool.
It is cool. So you go to all these games, you collect the bobbleheads, and they all connect.
I love that the Spurs, they know their fans want the free stuff.
Of course, and the military nights.
Yes.
Military appreciation nights, always great to get out
The shirt that you gave me the other day.
The Manu shirt.
The Manu shirt. My husband was like, what? And I was like, it's a whole stick figure thing.
It's trendy.
It's cool.
It's over my head, but it is cool.
I was like, I'm cool wearing this shirt.
Time now, 6:27, 63 degrees out.
All right, a temporary hold on President Biden's student debt relief program. We'll tell you why in the next half hour.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday. All right, so we're getting off our respective weekends. We have Thursday, Friday off. What'd you do?
I went and ate at Luby's.
Nice.
I hadn't gone to a Luby's in years.
Love
we found
it.
a gift card that was 5 years old.
It still worked.
It still worked.
Good job
and it was
for
like
Luby's.
a really free, cheap date.
Okay.
And it just it's nostalgic, you know.
Love it.
Sarah, did you ever eat at Luby's growing up?
Of course I did.
We got some pumpkin pie, for sure.
You need
Nice.
it.
That is awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let me tell you. Yeah, I've had many family dates there at Luby's as well. Good on you for having a gift card there, Sarah. 65 degrees. It is cloudy this morning. Morning clouds are back. And you know what? The reason why is it is humid. It's pretty humid outside with dew points starting to get into the 60s. Now, while that is not going to be uncomfortably humid, it is going to be more noticeable today. We're winding down the weekends of the pumpkin patches. So if you wanted to head out this weekend, today is going to be pretty nice. It is going to be windy. Winds are going to be from the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour with a few gusts up to 25. You'll notice that, so your hair may be blowing in the wind for those pumpkin patch pictures. And temperatures are going to be on the warm side. Around 10, it'll be 70, 78 around noon, so pretty comfortable during the first part of the day here. But in the afternoon, we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies and a high temperature in the upper 80s. So here's what we're going to talk about in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. This weekend, windy, warm, and yes, a bit muggy, especially compared to the last few days. We're also going to take a check of the tropics. We've got Pacific Hurricane Roslyn, which has its sights set on Puerto Vallarta, and we're actually going to get some ingredients from Roslyn for a shot at rain on Monday and Monday night. That along with a cool front. I'll tell you about how much rain we're potentially expecting Monday and Monday night, and of course, I'll have a look ahead to the rest of the week as well. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, San Antonio police are investigating and they're searching for a person involved in a shooting that ended with at least one person in critical condition.
That shooting happened on the city's east side. Our Jonathan Cotto joins us live with an update. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Sarah. That's right. We're learning it's two men who were involved in the shooting, but we can take a look at what that busy scene looked like last night, just minutes after 10 p.m. We know San Antonio police there on your screen responding to the 4600 block of Lavender Lane. This is actually the location where the driver managed to get to in an effort of getting away after he and his passenger were shot at while at the intersection of W.W. White Road and Houston Street. This is on the city's east side. We are also learning the suspect did take off, so police did not get a good description. But coming out live, I can tell you that the driver was shot twice. He was shot in the arm and the leg. His passenger was shot in the head. We are told he is in critical condition. The driver is expected to be okay, and police are hoping to learn more information on that suspect involved in the shooting later this morning here at the hospital. But of course, the shooting remains under investigation. Max and Sarah reporting live outside of BAMC. Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. A DPS trooper now fired following more fallout in Uvalde. Sergeant Juan Maldonado is one of 7 members of the Texas DPS troopers under investigation by the agency's inspector general. So we're learning his case was actually the first to be completed, and he is the first one disciplined. So back in June, he told KSAT he was good friends with Eva Meirelles and was there during her final moments. She was one of the teachers killed in the shooting. Maldonado was accused of not following active shooter protocol on the day of the shooting at Robb Elementary. Officials say security camera footage revealed Maldonado stood idly by when another officer ran out of the building while bleeding and begging others to go in.
So former DPS officer Crimson Elizondo, also one of the 7 Texas state troopers under investigation. She left the department to work for Uvalde CISD, but was then fired.
A local vice principal wants a public apology from the Bexar County Sheriff after a case dismissed against her. In April, Tara Hunter was arrested and cameras were on her when deputies led her into the Bexar County Jail to be booked. A 5-year-old student claimed she had pushed him into a filing cabinet in her office. That's something she says never happened. The Bexar County Sheriff held a news conference then, and last month prosecutors dismissed the case because there wasn't enough evidence. Now Hunter wants the sheriff to hold a second news conference, this time to clear her name.
I do not feel vindicated because the same atmosphere and platform that I was smeared on has not been made right.
So Hunter plans to return to work at a new IDEA campus, but she's worried some parents will still believe the original accusation.
Well, a cancer diagnosis can be among the most difficult moments in anyone's life. navigating treatments and therapy, it can only add to that challenge. That's why this Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we're learning more about nurse navigators and how they can play a beneficial role in helping patients and families with doctor visits, treatment options, and care coordination. KSAT 12 met with an oncology nurse navigator at Methodist Hospital Metropolitan, trying to find out how they help patients minimize stress and minimize confusion.
Once you hear those words cancer, oftentimes don't hear anything else after that. When I talk to them, I try and find out what they've heard, what they've learned, and then reinforce that, and then kind of fill in the blanks, because there's a lot.
So medical experts at Methodist Hospital Metropolitan say they're seeing an increase of younger patients being diagnosed with breast cancer. So they're advising women as young as 18 years old to practice self-breast examinations regularly.
A federal appeals court has placed a temporary hold on President Biden's student debt relief program. So on Friday, the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals issued the order in a case brought by 6 Republican-led states. The order prohibits the White House from canceling loans covered under the new forgiveness policy. As the appeals court considers the GOP states' challenge to the policy, the states are arguing that the Biden administration does not have the legal authority to grant broad student loan forgiveness.
And in Louisiana, 9 students from Southern University in Baton Rouge, they're recovering after a shooting. So take a look. This all happened yesterday morning. Police say shots fired broke out near a fraternity near the campus. Southern police say now help got out there quickly. That's on the account of officers were already nearby when shots were first fired. Police still trying to figure out who exactly is responsible for the shooting. The university now focusing on keeping the peace for the rest of the weekend.
Well, Canada has banned handgun sales as part of the nation's plan to lower crime. The freeze on the sale, purchase, and transfer of handguns took effect on Friday. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke about the banning of guns at a stop in Surrey, British Columbia.
Today, our national freeze on handguns is coming into force. From today forward, it is no longer legal to buy, sell, or transfer a handgun in Canada.
So back here at home, happening today, excuse me. All right, so some people can still own and use their registered handguns under the new rules, but they can sell or transfer handguns to what the government defines as exempted individuals or businesses that would include businesses such as the movie industry and museums. Back here at home, happening today, a blood drive as the community is in need of blood. It'll be from 10 in the morning to 3 p.m. at Casa Bella. That's on the 5200 block of Casa Bella today. We're at a 2-day blood supply, and type O, we're only at a 1-day supply. So platelet and O donors, they are urgently needed. Type O blood is critical in trauma care and is one of the first to run low because of its high demand. Platelets are needed as they only have a shelf life of 5 days, and they help our cancer patients continue their treatment. So you can schedule by visiting southtexasblood.org.
Also happening today, animal care service adoptions happening from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. But take a look. Sarah, you want a cat?
I'm allergic.
Oh, no.
I love cats, though.
And there is a cat on your screen. So this is Angelina, a 6-year-old cat. She's been at the city shelter for more than a month now. And the people work, they say it's because of the way she looks. Now, potential adopters think she looks grumpy, but they say she is not grumpy. They're calling this Angelina's resting cat face. So if you're wanting to adopt her, you can head over to Animal Care Services and, of course, see all of the cute, furry friends to adopt. There you go.
The new grumpy cat.
New grumpy cat. All right. Time now, 6:39, 63 degrees out.
All right, Balenciaga has cut ties with rapper Kanye West. Why the designer brand says it's time to part ways.
Batteries. We use them for everything, and we also know they can get pretty pricey. So is a rechargeable battery better for you? Better for your wallet? We're going to explain after the break.
63 degrees at 6:40. Is it going to be another beautiful, cool day? How warm is it going to get in the afternoon? Will we see relief early in the week with maybe some rain? Sarah Spivey will let us know when we come back. Well, from TV remote to flashlights to radios, we rely on batteries a lot. And if you have kids, you know the constant need to power up, you know, all those toys, it's real.
All right, so do you use rechargeable batteries?
No, I don't.
So when they first came out, I tried to use them.
I feel like they never really work, right?
Well, 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz is going to explain how they work and how they can actually help you save money and save the planet.
Megan Patterson and her family made the switch to rechargeable batteries.
I worry a lot about our environmental impact when it comes to things like batteries.
Both rechargeable and single-use batteries contain toxic chemicals and heavy metals that can pollute the environment. And they both require water and energy in the manufacturing process and release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. But according to studies, rechargeable batteries are more sustainable than disposables after you've used them at least 50 times, something that shouldn't be a problem for many families.
With kids' toys, we go through batteries all the time. Now I don't feel guilty about it.
Consumer Report says toys and wireless mice are a great place to use rechargeables because they usually draw a lot of power over a short period of time. So you buy them once and recharge them 1,000 or so times. Just make sure you buy a charger that can accommodate all the different sizes you'll be using. As for disposables, they hold a charge longer, so they can be better for things like your smoke detector or emergency tools like the flashlight. Rechargeables do cost more up front, but in a couple of years they are the better deal, especially if you use a lot of batteries. All batteries, even rechargeables, eventually die. You can keep the toxic chemicals out of the landfills by proper recycling. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Now, the proper recycling thing is a thing that I need to know more about.
Yeah.
I have just a box of used batteries.
So I know at one point here at the station, we used to have a bucket that we put, and we had a guy that would come to pick them up specifically to recycle the batteries, but it's a whole thing.
It is a whole process.
We need a case that explains on recycling batteries.
I bring the batteries into work, if we're going to be honest.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
And you put them in the battery bucket?
Yeah, it's right next to my desk. Makes it easy.
Good move. I need to do that too. All right. Well, hey, guys, this weekend is going to be noticeably muggier, windier, and warmer around San Antonio. And you can already feel the warmer part because the morning just not as cool as the last few mornings. We're still at 63 in New Braunfels, 64 in Kerrville, 59 in Uvalde, 56 in Hondo, 60 in Del Rio, and good morning in Cotulla at 63 degrees. It's 59 in Pleasanton, 58 in Seguin, it's 61 in Gonzales, 53 Rio Medina, and 63 in Bandera. But these temperatures are some 5 to 10 degrees warmer than how we've started the last couple of mornings. And the reason why we're warmer is because the humidity has gone up. Dew points are still pleasantly in the 50s, so pretty nice out there, but a lot more humid than the last few mornings. Once those dew points get into the 60s, that's when you really start to notice that humidity. So like in Bulverde right now, you're probably feeling a little bit more humidity, and same up in Kerrville. And we're going to continue to have winds from the south. In fact, today, one of the big features of the weather that you'll notice is that we'll have wind gusts from the south up to 25 miles per hour. And that's going to continue to bring in some humidity for us. This is a look at this afternoon. Wind gusts of 20 to 25 miles per hour. Entirely possible out there throughout the day. So you may notice your Halloween decorations swaying in the wind if you've got any of those ghosts hanging from the trees and the like. Otherwise, we're going to see temperatures warm. It's fairly cloudy out there right now, but by about noon we'll have partly cloudy skies. It'll be 78 degrees, and for the afternoon we'll be looking at a high temperature of 87. Once again, a key feature, warmer than average, 87 degrees for the high, and windy with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. After the sun sets around 7, we'll be looking at temperatures falling into the 70s. A pleasant evening for us. And this is a look at today's forecast highs in your neighborhood. It'll be 88 in Hondo, 89 in Pleasanton, 89 in New Braunfels, 88 in Eagle Pass, and 87 in Del Rio. Mid 80s up in the hill country. Again, about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than the seasonable average. All right, let's take a look at our weather setup. We do have a shot at rain Monday, partially because a front is going to be moving through. This front is currently up in the northern Rockies, bringing some snowfall to parts of Montana, but also we're going to have a little bit of moisture from what is currently Hurricane Roslyn. Hurricane Roslyn is in the Pacific Ocean as a Category 3 major hurricane. It's expected to strengthen a little bit and then weaken slightly before making landfall sometime early Sunday morning near Puerto Vallarta. It'll be falling apart across Mexico, and we really won't see any major rain from Roslyn. Again, we're just going to be getting the moisture from Roslyn. The areas that are expecting impact impacts, though, from Roslyn does include Puerto Vallarta, which is under a hurricane warning, again, making landfall sometime early Sunday morning. With a little bit of moisture from Roslyn, we're going to continue to see humidity rise here in San Antonio. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit muggier, a little bit windier, and a little bit warmer. We'll be looking at wind gusts of up to 30 miles per hour tomorrow, and those clouds will be a bit more stubborn. More clouds in the sky tomorrow than today. Then by Monday, that's our day of change. Early on Monday and throughout the day on Monday, we'll have some spotty showers, about 40% coverage. So not like our last rain event when we had more widespread rain. This is expected to be spotty. 82 degrees for the high temperature on Monday with cloudy skies. Then Monday night, that front will be moving through. And with that front, we'll have a broken line of storms Monday night into Tuesday. The key word there being broken line of storms. So unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing a ton of rain with this front. Behind it, it'll be windy and a bit cooler, highs only in the 70s on Tuesday. Most of the rain from this front will be up near the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texarkana area and around San Antonio. Unfortunately, the best we can do is about a quarter to half an inch of rain. Higher amounts up 35, lesser amounts out to the west. So this is not going to be a drought-busting rainfall event for us, but it is a shot at rain, which is good news for us. And again, behind that front, we'll be back to our chilly mornings, comfortable afternoons. One thing to keep in mind as you're planning your week, you may want to anchor down those Halloween decorations Monday, Tuesday, because behind that front, those gusts are going to be up to about 35 miles per hour.
Thank you for the reminder. I had these hanging skeletons and I forgot to anchor them down, and then I woke up and I went outside and the skeletons were like on the ground in the fetal position, like as if like stop. And I felt so bad for Bonito. That's his name. So I was like, Bonito, it's a good one. I was like, sorry I didn't anchor you down, Bonito.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Time now, 6:50, 63 degrees out.
Okay, rapper Cardi B celebrating a win after a court battle. Why the rapper was being sued.
And let's take a live look out at the roadways. A lot of people out and about this morning. It is 6:51. If anything does pop up, there's construction, road closures. We're going to have everything you need to know on air and online. We'll be right back.
Taking a look at these lotto numbers. Pick 3, 130, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 5521, Fireball 2.
Your cash 5, 5, 7, 15, 31, 32. And here we go. Mega Millions 34, 36, 43, 45, 68. Big number 22, Mega Player 2. Good luck. Good morning and welcome back. Singer Cardi B celebrating a big court victory in California. So a man tried suing the Grammy winner by saying that she misused his likeness on the cover of a 2016 mixtape. A jury found that Cardi B, the rapper, did not violate the man's privacy. Now, Kevin Brophy was the one who brought the accusation. He was seeking $5 million. He claimed some of his distinctive back tattoos were part of the mixtape's artwork. The images showed a tattooed man from behind. Now, Brophy said he was harmed by the pictures. Cardi B's attorneys, though, they argued that Brophy failed to prove he was the man shown in the artwork, and the jury sided with the singer.
Well, Balenciaga is reportedly cutting ties with Kanye West. The trade journal Women's Wear Daily reported the decision was made by the parent company of the luxury fashion house. It stated that the company said Balenciaga no longer had a relationship with West, but it also does not have any plans for future projects with him. West, who legally changed his name to Ye, has been involved in a series of controversies, and most recent one anti-Semitic social media post and comments from him.
Time now just about 6:56, 63 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
One of the big things you'll notice today is the fact that it's going to be pretty windy. We'll have wind gusts up to 20, 25 miles per hour out there throughout the day today. All in all, a little bit windier, a little bit warmer, and a little bit muggier than the last few days. We'll be having clouds out there right now, but clouds will gradually clear, and by noon we'll have partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny in the afternoon. High temperature forecast at 87. That is 7 degrees above the average of 80 degrees. And after the sun sets, we'll see temperatures fall into the 70s. Looking ahead tomorrow, just a little bit warmer and muggier. 88 degrees for the high. Monday's the day of change. We'll have spotty showers, about 40% scattered coverage. And then in the overnight hours, we'll have a front move through that'll bring a broken line of storms. I am going to be monitoring for some gusty winds with that front as it moves through. we are under a marginal risk there for severe weather, but again, the main risk would be gusty winds. We'll keep an eye on that. We're going to be on the tail end of things. Behind that front, it is going to be pretty gusty. Temperatures will be falling into the 70s for highs. Those morning lows will be nice and chilly, bringing that fall feeling back to San Antonio.
Okay, like a similar front we saw on Monday and Tuesday of last week.
Other than the fact that it's not going to be as rainy. Last one was
that
a little bit rainier. Yeah, we do.
All right. Well, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to take an hour-long break for GMA. We'll see you back here, 8 a.m.
See you guys at 8.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Investigators searching for a shooter after 2 people shot in an intersection on the city's east side. Why police say they don't have much to go on right now when it comes to finding the suspect.
A nonprofit organization is making it their mission to make every day Memorial Day. Coming up on GMSA, we'll tell you how they are honoring fallen heroes.
Taking a look outside with live cam. There's the sun. Beautiful 63 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning. How high will the temps be? Will it cool down later in the week? Sarah Spivey will let us know in her forecast.
That is a gorgeous start to the morning. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Saturday. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. You know, it was one of those sunrises where I thought about going up to the roof.
And you didn't go?
I didn't go only because, with my luck, I always waste it on Saturday because I don't like to do 2 sunrise pics in a row.
Oh, so you're banking on Sunday being the better sunrise?
Yeah. Sarah Spivey's
gambling man over here.
Shaking her head, no.
We're gonna have like complete cloud coverage. This was your shot.
This
today.
is my shot. Well, I had a 50-50 shot.
And you know, some people are waking up to complete cloud cover, but across parts of the east and the south, there's actually plenty of clear skies. Take a look at live cam right now. You can actually see on the horizon there, as we're looking south and east, you can see that there is a bit of sunshine. Now, most of San Antonio is under clouds at the moment. It's 65 degrees, east-southeast winds at about 8 miles per hour, and you can really feel that it is noticeably muggy out there. Dew points are starting to get into the 60s. Now, another cool thing is that you can actually tell which areas are under clouds and which areas are seeing sun. The cooler areas actually seeing a little sun right now because they didn't have that blanket of clouds overhead in the overnight hours. So take a look at Port SA. It's actually in the 50s in Port SA. It's 57 at Stinson. And you can notice just how much warmer it is toward the north and toward the city. It's 65 in San Antonio, but 10 degrees cooler in Seguin, where there's plenty of sunshine right now. 61 in Bernie and 64 in Kerrville. As we look at this weekend, a couple of things to note is that it's going to be warmer than the last few days. High temperature in the upper 80s both today and tomorrow. It's going to be muggier. You notice a little bit more humidity out there, and it's going to be windier. We'll have wind gusts from the south up to 25 miles per hour today, even a little bit windier tomorrow, gusts up to 30 miles per hour. All of this in preparation for a decent rain chance on Monday. So coming up in the forecast, we're going to talk about that rain chance Monday and behind a cool front, how cool it'll actually be. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, police are trying to track down a shooter after 2 people were hurt on the city's east side. Officers tell us last night 2 men stopped the intersection of South WW White Road and East Houston Street. That's when another driver pulled up next to them. Someone inside that vehicle shot the 2 victims, hitting the driver in the leg and the arm. The passenger shot in the head. Both were taken to the hospital. At last check, the driver's condition had stabilized. The passenger was still in critical condition. Officers say they do not have a description of the suspect.
And police hoping to learn more about a shooting on the northeast side after speaking with the victim. SAPD says last night a worker at a 7-Eleven got into an argument with someone inside the store. Now, this all happening in the 5600 block of North Foster Road, not too far from I-10. The pair then took the argument outside. At some point, customers inside the store say they heard a gunshot. Now, that employee was shot, taken to the hospital. Right now, investigators working to figure out who is the suspect.
More fallout in Uvalde. A DPS trooper now fired. Sergeant Juan Maldonado is one of 7 members of the Texas DPS troopers under investigation by the agency's inspector general. So we're learning in his case was actually the first to be completed, and he is the first one to be disciplined. Now, back in June, he told KSAT he was good friends with Eva Mireles and was there during her final moments. She was one of the teachers killed in the shooting. Maldonado was accused of not following active shooter protocol on the day of the shooting at Robb Elementary. Officials say security camera footage revealed Maldonado stood idly by when another officer ran out of the building while bleeding and begging others to go in.
Texas school districts are set to receive nearly $8 million from the Justice Department, all in an effort to improve campus security this year. Now, this money actually comes through funding from the bipartisan gun safety law that was passed this past summer. Now, this includes nearly $500,000 for Uvalde. The gun safety law allocates $100 million for a Department of Justice grant program for school districts to invest in safety programs and safety technology. 28 Texas school districts awarded grants to this program, a total nearly $8 million. Now, the grants are distributed via the DOJ's Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services based on the district's fiscal needs and the security proposals.
You haven't had your Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, your insurance may be picking up the tab in a few weeks as government contracts wind down. Pfizer's vaccine will be sold for up to $130 per dose. That's the commercial list price, but the company believes most people will not actually have to pay that much out of pocket. An adult flu vaccine typically costs about $20 per dose. Vaccines can range in cost from $27 for a tetanus shot up to $268 for the HPV shot. Pfizer does point out it offers a patient assistance program which helps provide the uninsured with access to vaccines. The shift away from government subsidized COVID-19 vaccines is expected as early as the first quarter of next year.
Well, the first day of early voting set for Monday, and the latest polls, well, they show Governor Greg Abbott in an 11-point lead over his gubernatorial opponent, Beto O'Rourke. So the Texas Politics Project at the University of Texas, Austin, releasing this new poll. It shows that more than half of Republican voters say immigration and border security, they are the most important topics to them. While on the other side of the aisle, Democrats' priorities, they're more dispersed between abortion, health care, gun violence, and climate change. But political science expert John Taylor says the snapshot of numbers can't predict the future.
So it comes down to independent voters. And that block of independent voters seem right now to be leaning more toward Abbott than O'Rourke.
Now, registered voters can vote at any polling location during the early voting period or on Election Day. Obviously, Election Day, November 8th. There will be 51 polling places open daily throughout early voting.
For a list of operating hours and voting locations, just take out your phone and you can scan this QR code, which will take you to the Vote 2022 KSAT page on KSAT.com. It's Vote 2022. Early voting takes place from October 24th until November 4th.
A lot going on today. It's a nonprofit organization whose effort is to make every day Memorial Day. Military City Miles and Memories kicking off its very first bike ride honoring fallen service members and veterans.
Our Jonathan Cotto joining us live from the event. Good morning, Jonathan. Things have already started?
Good morning, Sarah. Yes, things have already officially kicked off. The cyclists are well underway, and the event, that opening ceremony was just beautiful, just like the beautiful day that it is here at Mission County Park on the city's south side. But let's talk a little bit about what's taking place here and why. As mentioned, Memories of Honor is a registered national nonprofit whose mission is to make every day, not just once a year, Memorial Day. So this morning, hundreds of cyclists gathering together to pay honor to these fallen heroes, these service members that you see on your screen, such as Sergeant Benjamin Adams, A1C Ricky Wagner, Corporal Irvin M.C. Nettles, all these men and women, 65 names mentioned here this morning, who paid the ultimate, who committed to the ultimate sacrifice, the line of duty, fighting for our country. Now, the cyclists here this morning will be riding different distances. Some of those distances include 22 miles, 46 miles, 62-mile courses. Now, listen to this, Max and Sarah. Each cyclist will be wearing the name of a service member, a fallen hero on their bibs. So they are technically, practically a living, breathing memorial here this morning. Again, this is, Military City, USA. So what a better place to kick kick off an event like this, Max and Sarah. We're going to continue to hang out here at Mission County Park on the city's south side. We're going to speak with the CEO of the national nonprofit organization, who's going to shed light and more information on more events like this to come here in San Antonio. Meanwhile, back to you in the studio. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan. Time now, 8:09, 63 degrees out.
New episode of Texas Eats, less than 2 hours away. And this episode has David grabbing a bite at a popular diner. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at here. We'll have a preview this morning.
And the ice rink coming back to Travis Park this holiday season. Some changes will be made. My organizers say it'll be a big improvement for what we've seen before. Have you been out there?
No, but you went out there.
Did the live shot last year.
Did the live shot.
Speaking of live shots, look at this.
Beautiful, 63 degrees, 8:09. If you want to take a sunrise pic, well, I guess you missed it already.
I missed it. I
Max
did.
missed it. Sarah will have our weekend forecast when we come back.
KSAT 12 presents another Day of the Dead story. Building the ofrenda.
Building an ofrenda is an important Day of the Dead tradition. These altars have many pieces and parts, and they each have a specific purpose. Bring more life and love to your ofrenda. Involve more family and friends. Ask the children to create art or papel picados. The adults can prepare the offerings like the departed's favorite dishes. Then come together to build and share stories. Remember, this isn't a time for tears, it's a time for celebration. So make a playlist of your lost loved ones' favorites and fill the room with music. The night of October 31st is the perfect family night. Spirits are just beginning their journey back to us. Speaking of journey, let's add Don't Stop Believing. She really loved that one.
Good morning and welcome back. It's a great morning if you saw the sunrise out there.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful, Sarah.
Absolutely. And it partially so beautiful because half of the county is in clouds and the other half is dealing with sunshine. You can actually see that on the live cam here. As we look toward downtown San Antonio, you can see that clouds are overhead, but off in the horizon there, a glimmer of light. It is cloudy at the airport. We're at 65 degrees right now. Winds are from the south-southeast at about 10 miles per hour. Humidity is noticeable. Dew points are in the low 60s, and those winds are actually going to change throughout the day. We'll see wind gusts of up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. So today, noticeably windier out there. So plan accordingly. Maybe a little bit of a nuisance for you if you have outdoor plans. Otherwise, it's still going to be a pretty pleasant day, even though it will be a little bit warmer, a little bit windier, and a little bit muggier. Outside right now, it's 61 in Uvalde, 62 in Hondo, 58 in Pleasanton, 65 in San Antonio, 64 in Kerrville. Good morning in New Braunfels. It's 65 degrees, 62 in Gonzales. You'll notice it is not as cool as it has been the last few mornings. The reason for that, humidity has gone up. Dew points have gone up some 10 to 15 to even 20 degrees from this time yesterday morning. A fun meteorology fact, the temperature can never be below the dew point. And so as those dew points go up, temperatures are it's more difficult to cool down. And that's one of the reasons why we have a little bit warmer weather out there early this morning. And you can see on the satellite imagery that we did have some clouds develop, and there are some clouds out there, especially across the escarpment and in northern and western San Antonio. But throughout the day today, those clouds are going to clear. In fact, we're already seeing some clearing out there. By noon, it'll be partly cloudy and 78 degrees. This afternoon, we'll be looking at a high temperature, going to be close to about 87 degrees. And as we look into the evening hours, temperatures will be falling into the low 80s and upper 70s after sunset, close to 7 p.m. However, again, during the second part of the day here, you're going to notice that it is going to be breezy with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. The average high this time of year is 80 degrees, so we are much warmer than that by 5 to 10 degrees. It's going to be 89 in New Braunfels, 89 in Castroville, 89 in Poteet and in Floresville, 87 in Uvalde, 85 in Comfort, 84 in Kerrville, 85 in Bernie, Bulverde, and the Helotes area. Now, we do have a couple of things working in our favor to at least give us a shot at rain Monday. There is a cold front across the northern Rockies that's going to be moving through Monday night, and at the same time we are going to get some moisture from what is currently Hurricane Roslyn in the Pacific, going to be making landfall sometime early tomorrow morning near Puerto Vallarta. But again, we're going to get some moisture from Roslyn as that front approaches. Tomorrow will be a quiet day, but it will be noticeably humid, even a little bit muggier than today. 88 for the high temperature for your Sunday, and even a touch windier with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Then Monday is our day of transition. Unlike the last rainfall event where we had widespread rain, Monday, that rain is going to be a bit more spotty, about 40% coverage of showers during the day Monday, high temperature of 82. And then Monday night, as that front moves through, we'll see a broken line of storms from San Antonio all the way up to Dallas-Fort Worth. We're going to be on the tail end of this once again. So a broken line of storms is possible Monday night into Tuesday. Unfortunately, not everybody is going to be seeing rain. Behind that front on Tuesday, it's going to be windy with highs in the 70s. And coming up in the next half hour, we'll talk a little bit about rainfall potential across the state of Texas. Again, not everybody is going to get good rain around San Antonio Monday and Monday night into Tuesday. Some big takeaways this weekend. It's going to be muggy and windy. And then the other thing to keep in mind is behind that front on Monday, it is going to be very gusty. Gusts up to about 35 miles per hour. A lot of Halloween decorations. Think about securing those. And of course, with Halloween right around the corner, pumpkin patch time. I've got a look at your pumpkin patch forecast coming up in the next half hour of Good Morning San Antonio.
Yeah.
Guys, I had my first candy corn of the season last week.
Whoa.
I know, so it's officially
Wait,
Halloween
do you like
season.
candy corn?
Not at all.
I was saying, I thought we had this
It was on a cupcake, and I ate the cupcake, and I was like, well, it's pretty good.
Okay.
So maybe I'm starting to veer into
I like candy corn. I love it. I love a good bag of candy corn.
All right. It's no Reese's, but it is
Can we
what it
get
is.
some? Actually, I want some now. I'm craving it.
Time now, 8:18, 64 degrees out.
Okay, so San Antonio may not be known to be a winter wonderland during the Christmas time, but you'll still be able to enjoy ice skating. However, this year you'll notice some differences at the ice rink at Travis Park. We'll let you know about those in just a bit. Well, the Christmas holiday season is still a few weeks away, but the change in the weather may have you excited about it. Well, one thing we can look forward to is the return of the Rotary Ice Rink in Travis Park. The Rotary Club of San Antonio announcing today that the rink will open on Friday, November 18th and will be bigger than ever. The founder of the Rotary Ice Rink, Brandon Logan, says the ice rink will be nearly doubled in size this year, coming in around 5,000 square feet.
We're also improving the entrance and the exit of the skating experience, and then expanding the concourse for additional seating areas. So hopefully individuals, when they come back to the Rotary Ice Rink this year, we will see great improvements and enhanced experiences.
There will also be activities going on off the rink as well, like movie nights and first responder nights. We have all the details on our website right now. Just head to KSAT.com.
And the Rotary Club does so much to help out so many different parts of our community. This, though, is one of my favorites. Last year we were out there, we're doing ice skating live shots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take this year off because of the torn Achilles.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But I will be back. But it is so cool to see all the kids, all the families.
I haven't been. No, I'm gonna have to. I like that it's doubled in size now, because I always felt like, oh, I want to go when it's not crowded because I'm not very good at skating. I don't want to run in people. But maybe this year I'll feel better about it.
This could be it. New and improved.
My year.
Time now, 8:23, 64 degrees out.
All right, across the country, hospitals again feeling the strain, but now it's due to a surge in respiratory illnesses in children. What age group is being impacted the most? That's coming up in our next half hour. Another edition of Texas Eats. It's coming up at 10 a.m. right after our show on GMSA.
All right, so today, David Elder taking a road trip going to Austin, checking out one of the city's favorite diners.
So So it's stuffed full of smoked cheddar cheese, scrambled eggs. The outside of it is a red corn tortilla and gluten-free panko. Everything that goes into our deep fryers here is gluten-free.
Oh, nice.
So it's got that crispy golden crust around it. The ranchero sauce is our version, and we drizzle with some fresh creme fraiche and cotija cheese and cilantro.
All right, the chili relleno out here at Phoebe's. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
That's the bite. Oh, come on. Woo.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday. We're especially happy because the last week we had rain, we had cool temperatures. We're starting to feel like fall, Sarah Spivey.
It's nice. I went for a walk at like 1 o'clock yesterday, and it was so doable.
Absolutely gorgeous. I walked for like 4 miles. I pulled a Sarah Costa.
Nice.
And you know what? It was great yesterday. And you know, I'm going to be honest, this weekend is still going to be nice, all right? You're just going to notice a few things. A little windier, a little muggier, and a little warmer. Outside right now, you can see that these clouds are moving and grooving. I mean, look at behind the little icon there. You can see how quickly these clouds are starting to push on out of here. We'll be seeing them clear here shortly. It is 65 degrees at the airport right now. Southeast winds at about 10 miles per hour. Those winds are going to pick up today. We'll see gusts up to about 25 miles per hour. And you can notice just a little bit more humidity out there. Dew points are in the 60s. Once dew points get above 60 degrees, that's when you can kind of feel the mugginess. We've got a couple more weekends before we see Halloween next Monday. And if you're planning on going out to the pumpkin patches, maybe taking some pictures with your family, know that it is going to be windy today. Gusts up to 25 miles per hour from the south and a little bit on the warm side, so maybe not your heaviest flannel. We'll be looking at high temperatures in the upper 80s this afternoon. We're going to talk about a few things in the forecast in a couple of minutes. First of all, I'll outline this weekend for you. As I mentioned, a little bit windier, a little bit warmer, a little bit muggier. We're also going to take a look at Pacific Hurricane Roslyn. If you have interests in western Mexico, Roslyn is going to be making landfall this weekend, and Roslyn's also going to be bringing us a little bit of moisture. That's going to allow for a shot at rain Monday and Monday night. I'll detail which areas of Texas are going to have the most rain and how much rain we could expect around San Antonio coming up in a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, an argument between family members ends in gunfire. This happening on the city's southwest side. Now one person is in the hospital, another suspect on the run. Around 3:30 this morning, police say there was a family gathering in a backyard near Somerset Road and Southwest Military Drive. Two family members allegedly started to argue, then one of them pulled out a gun and fired. Police say one person was hit and taken to the hospital in serious condition. The suspect drove away from the scene. However, police tell us they expect to catch up with him soon.
Well, new this morning, a well-known local radio host passed away after a battle with cancer. Russell Rush, a radio host for 96.1, he passed away following a lengthy battle with T-cell lymphoma. His wife confirming the news in a social media post. Rush was in hospice care at home after fighting the disease for several years. He first announced his diagnosis to his listeners back in June of 2019. His wife announced they will be working on memorial services and will give an update as soon as possible.
A federal appeals court has placed a temporary hold on President Biden's student debt relief program. Friday, the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals issued the order in a case brought by 6 Republican-led states. The order prohibits the White House from canceling loans covered under the new forgiveness policy as the appeals court considers the GOP states' challenge to the policy. The states are arguing that the Biden administration does not have the legal authority to grant broad student loan forgiveness. A district court dismissed the case earlier this week, ruling the states did not have the legal standing to bring the challenge.
Well, there's growing concern this morning about a surge in children hospitalizations.
Hospitals in at least 43 states and our nation's capital report they're seeing a spike in those hospitalizations for pediatric respiratory illnesses, including flu, RSV, and other common viruses.
ABC's Karina Mitchell has more from warnings from doctors.
Across the country, hospitals are again feeling the strain, but it's now due to a surge in respiratory illnesses in children.
I'm here to check you over, make sure we can get you feeling better, okay?
Hospital officials tell ABC News they're facing a surge of the flu, RSV, and other common viruses. The age group most impacted, according to the CDC, is kids under 5. Lakin Weaver, who lives outside Dallas, says 3 nearby hospitals were full when she tried to get care for her son, who has asthma and was sick with the virus RSV.
I'm panicking, crying. That's a scary feeling. You don't know what's happening in that moment.
After an 80-minute ambulance ride, she got him to Cook Children's Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas, where doctors are treating nearly 300 RSV patients a day.
This has been the highest volume of patients I have ever seen.
Doctors say respiratory illness warning signs include fast or labored breathing, flared nostrils, blue or discolored skin on the face, signaling low oxygen, and dehydration, such as dry mouth or a decrease in wet diapers. Adria Mullins took her 4-month-old daughter to the ER when she saw those signs.
It was rapid breathing, and it was her chest sinking in as she took a breath in and her stomach going out.
Doctors add children under 6 months old and kids with pre-existing lung or heart conditions could be more vulnerable. With a tough flu season expected, they stress it's more important than ever to keep kids up to date on their flu and COVID vaccines. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
With cold and flu season ramping up, building up your immune system could help fight off germs, so dietitians say it's important to eat a healthy diet, and specifically, people should make sure they get enough vitamin C, zinc, selenium, and iron. Julia Zampano is a registered dietitian for Cleveland Clinic. She recommends getting these vitamins and minerals from your foods and not taking supplements. She says an easy way to get more fruits and vegetables into your diet is by making smoothies.
You can pack in spinach and berries and Greek yogurt and really any fruits and vegetables can be packed in there, a variety. You get some chia seeds or flax seeds for some omega-3. So smoothies are a great way to go, especially if you're on the go.
So she says it's important to remember that building your immune system takes time, so make sure you are eating these kinds of foods consistently.
Well, it's a nonprofit organization honoring fallen service members and our veterans. This morning, Military City Miles and Memories kicking off their very first bike ride, all in an honor to pay tribute.
Our Jonathan Cotto joining us live from the event. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Sarah, and that's right. What a better way to honor our fallen heroes than through a bike ride where every individual, every cyclist is wearing the name of a fallen hero on their bib, so every pedal stroke is just a selfless act, keeping in mind that fallen hero who paid the ultimate sacrifice. But to speak a little bit more on this event that kicked off for the very first time here in San Antonio is Chief of Operations Tracy Uribe. Good morning, Tracy. Thank you so much for being with us here this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Now, talk to us a little bit about the planning. We know that the vision behind this started small with a small gathering, a small bike ride, and it ultimately led up to this morning. How many participants were involved here today?
So this morning when we got started, we had 250, and we probably had about 15 or 20 participants show up wanting to ride, and we signed them up for it as well.
Now, talk to us. I know that the national nonprofit is based out of Nashville. Talk to us a little bit about the effort, the mission of making every day Memorial Day.
Well, we believe that our fallen service members and the families they leave behind deserve more than one day a year to be honored and recognized. And so therefore, it is our mission to make every single day Memorial Day, whether that's through an endurance event like we have today, or it's just us honoring and remembering them every single day, however we can. That is what our mission is to do.
And what a better place than San Antonio, Military City, USA. What's in the future for San Antonio and these type of events?
So what we have in mind, we've received a slew of feedback today on just, hey, is it going to be the same weekend next year? That is our goal. Our goal is to have every single year we would like to come out back here and do this again.
Now, something you said this morning, Tracy, really stood out is that the bike ride is a selfless exercise a selfless mission here this morning to really keep in mind those service members who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Talk to us a little bit more about that and that inspiration to the cyclists here this morning.
Absolutely. So what we like to say is that we are here to honor something bigger than ourselves. And so as our cyclists are out there, we just wanted them to remember why they were here today. And that was every pedal stroke, every inch of the way they were to honor that fallen service member and remember what it might have been like to be out here today, just remembering every single moment of the day in honor of that service member. We know that we had a lot of Gold Star families out here, and it really touches home for them to see each person out here dedicated in memory and honor of loved ones.
Well, Tracy, thank you so much for putting this together. We really appreciate it. Perfect fit for our city, and we absolutely must honor our fallen heroes every day. Keep them in mind and keep them in prayer, and especially their families. Max and Sarah, there was also hundreds of veterans in attendance. A lot of the cyclists were veterans themselves, so we'd like to thank them for their service. We'll have a complete report in our later newscast later today, so make sure to tune into that. Until then, we'll toss it back to you in the studio. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Jonathan. Very special morning out there. Time now, 8:41, 64 degrees out.
Okay, so we've talked about this ad nauseum. A limited edition perfume. All right, sells out in 1 week. It's said to smell like burnt hair. However, people who bought the bottles will have to wait before they can actually try it out. Do you think it's an actual product?
I think it's an actual product. I don't want to smell it though.
Do you think they're going to actually get those bottles out?
I think they'll get the bottles out.
They have to, right? Yeah. People bought them.
They bought them. They gave money. All right, taking a live look out of the Alamo City. 64 degrees now. Sarah Spivey's going to have your full weekend forecast in just a few moments. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday. We're in the midst of fall. Have you been celebrating accordingly?
Yeah, I mean, I've been basically spending all of my time outside.
Garden's looking okay?
Garden looks great. Lots of butterflies out there. This is their time to shine. They love the fall. They love those fall blooms, but we could use more rain.
We really could.
Yeah.
We have a chance Monday, but it's not going to be as widespread as our last rain event. So keep that in mind. Speaking of the butterflies, we got those monarchs, and then those snout-nosed butterflies are still migrating.
There's trickling, they're still kind of hanging around.
I'm gonna let the butterfly talk to you.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look outside with temperatures right now. We're generally in the 60s this morning. It's a touch warmer than it has been the last few mornings. Good morning in Uvalde at 62, 62 in Del Rio, 64 in Kerrville, 65 in New Braunfels, 64 in San Antonio. You'll notice it's a lot cooler in Seguin and at Stinson, and the reason for that is they've had clear skies. The rest of us have had to deal with some cloud cover this morning, but we're starting to see skies clear. By the way, the dew points are higher this morning. Dew points are generally in the low 60s. You can actually feel the mugginess in the air when dew points are in the low 60s. And that's, again, the reason why we're warmer this morning. And we're going to continue to see winds from the south today. You're also going to notice a bit of a breeze, too. Wind gusts of up to 25 miles per hour, continuing to bring in that Gulf of Mexico moisture. In the afternoon, we'll continue to see wind gusts of 20 to 25 miles per hour. So if you have outdoor plans and a little bit of a breeze may be a bit of a nuisance, keep that in mind. Now, otherwise, we're going to be seeing gradually clearing skies, mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Around noon, we'll be at 78 degrees, 87 for the high temperature. Even though it'll be a little bit muggier, it's not going to be an unpleasant day by any means. Again, just a bit of a breeze with those gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Sun's going to set close to 7, and it should be a comfortable evening for any Saturday night plans. Our average high this time of year is 80 degrees. All across the KSAT 12 viewing area, we're going to be about 5 to 10 degrees above average. It'll be 89 in New Braunfels, 88 in Hondo, 87 in Del Rio, 89 in Cotulla, 90 in Gonzales. I want to talk about our weather setup for a bit because it's important. We have a couple of ingredients that are going to combine to at least give us a shot at rain. First, there's a cold front that's going to be moving through Monday night. You can see that there's even some snow behind this front across parts of Idaho and Montana. Not unheard of this time of year. Also, we're going to be seeing some moisture from what is Hurricane Roslyn. Hurricane Roslyn, a major Pacific hurricane, Category 3 hurricane. It's going to be making landfall somewhere near Puerto Vallarta Sunday morning, as a potential Category 3 hurricane before falling apart across the mountains of Mexico. We're not going to see any healthy big rains from Roslyn, but there are areas across western Mexico, including Puerto Vallarta, that are under hurricane warnings if you have any family out there. Otherwise, Roslyn will be bringing us a little bit of moisture. Tomorrow is going to be humid, 88 degrees for the high temperature, and we're going to be seeing gusty winds of up to 30 miles per hour. It's Monday that will have our transition day. During the day on Monday, spotty 40% chance for scattered showers. Not like last event where it was raining widespread. This is going to be more spotty in nature. And then it's Monday night into Tuesday that the front is going to be moving through, bringing a broken line of storms. Broken being the key word there. Not everybody is going to be seeing a lot of rain from this event. Behind the front, though, everyone will experience wind gusts of up to 30 to 35 miles per hour and high temperatures in the 70s. Most of the rain from this system will be up near the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texarkana area, where up to 3 inches of rain are expected. We are unfortunately going to be on the tail end of things, so that means widespread, maybe a quarter to half an inch of rain. So this is not going to be a big drought buster for us by any means, but it is going to be something that we're going to want to keep our eyes on, especially Monday night into Tuesday when we could have some gusty winds with any storms that develop. Otherwise, behind that front it'll be back to fall-like weather, chilly mornings and comfortable afternoons. We'll be back after the break.
Good morning and welcome back. So it may have started as a joke, but the success is real. Elon Musk's burnt hair fragrance, yes, you heard that right, burnt hair fragrance, it's sold out.
If we can all be that successful. All right, as CNN's Janie Mose reports, anyone still looking for a bottle will have to pay as much as, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this, $10,000.
Burnt hair, not the most pleasant of smells, be it Nicole Richie setting her hair aflame while blowing out birthday candles, or Michael Jackson, whose charred lock of hair from that Pepsi commercial mishap, seen here in footage obtained by Us Weekly, once sold to a collector for just under $100,000. But the latest burnt hair is a fragrance that Elon Musk joked about in a tweet, Scent for Men by Singed, that he then went on to actually sell for $100 a bottle. Its tagline, the essence of repugnant desire, sounded like something out of an Obsession commercial.
Between love and madness lies obsession.
Yeah, well, an obsession with Elon Musk caused burnt hair to be sold out in a little over a week. So says Musk himself. The limited edition run of 30,000 bottles would bring in $3 million. People are already reselling their bottles on eBay for anywhere from $200 to almost $10,000.
Oh, the smell of it.
Unlike real perfume, we can't smell burnt hair because it won't ship until early next year. Nevertheless, it ignited hair on fire gifs and countless mock-ups of Elon Musk on and in perfume bottles. Tweeted one admirer, "I purchased 5 burnt hair perfumes, Elon. I hope it helps you buy Twitter." Despite her burnt hair, Nicole Richie was unhurt. Forget blowing out the candles, blow out Nicole. But don't risk dousing her with a flammable bottle of Elon Musk. Ginny Mose, CNN, New York.
Today is National Make a Dog's Day. Oh my gosh, I have so much to celebrate when I get home. And this is one observance everyone should take part in if possible. It's an invitation for dog lovers to go the extra mile for man's best friend by adopting a dog instead of buying one. And we know the shelters here, oh my gosh, they are packed right now at full capacity. They could always use more fosters and adopters.
So right now, the Animal Defense League and San Antonio Humane Society both running adoption specials for certain pets. You can find out all the information, just head to their social media pages.
San Antonio Pets Alive hosting an adoption event today on the city's northwest side. You can find the details on their Instagram page. And of course, Animal Care Service always has a lot of pets ready for forever homes.
So adorable.
I know. My dog Scooby's on the couch right now watching this. So
Aww.
Scooby, I love you.
Good morning,
Extra treats
Scooby.
today.
Time now, 8:57, 65 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Well, a big shift within the housing market right now. Why experts are saying a lot of deals are falling through. We're going to explain.
Let's take a look at live cam. There it is. Oh, look at those clouds kind of just looming over our city skyline there. It is 3 degrees right now? Sure, that's 65 degrees. I was almost close at 9 o'clock this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for starting your weekend with us. So we see some clouds out there, but it was funny because other parts of the city, Sarah, you were saying have perfect bright sunshine this morning.
Absolutely. If you live in southern Bexar County, you are seeing complete sunshine early this morning. Otherwise, though, we're seeing a good cloud deck across central Bexar County up into the hill country and out west. Take a look at live cam right now, and you can see bright sunshine through some of those clouds. It is still cloudy, though, at the airport and 65 degrees. Winds are from the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. And dew points are starting to creep up there. Dew points in the low 60s. This weekend, there are a few things you'll notice. It'll be a little windier, gusts up to 25 today, up to 30 miles per hour tomorrow. A little muggier, noticeably humid, especially tomorrow, and a little warmer. High temperatures going to be in the upper 80s this weekend, well above the average of 80 degrees. But beyond this weekend, there is a chance for some rain. I'll be talking about our next cold front moving through on Monday and which areas will see the most amount of rain around south central Texas. That forecast coming up soon. Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, police are trying to track down a shooter after 2 people were hurt on the city's east side. So officers tell us last night 2 men stopped at the intersection of South WW White Road and East Houston Street. That's when another driver pulled up next to them. Someone inside that vehicle allegedly shot the 2 victims, hitting the driver in the leg and the arm, and the passenger was shot in the head. Both were taken to the hospital. At last check, the driver's condition had stabilized. The passenger, however, was in critical condition. Officers say they do not have a description of the suspect.
And that's not the only shooting we've been monitoring. Police hoping to learn a lot more about gunshots on the northeast side after speaking with the victim. So this is what we know right now. Police telling us last night a worker at a 7-Eleven got into an argument with someone inside the store. And this 7-Eleven was in the 5600 block of North Foster Road, not too far from I-10. The pair then took the argument outside. At some point, customers in the store say they heard a gunshot. That employee was shot, taken to the hospital, but right now investigators still working, trying to figure out who pulled the trigger. So the housing market's something we have been looking at very closely over the last 2 years, and we're now seeing a big rise in the amount of deals that are falling through.
ABC's Deidre Bolton has the latest on what to expect if you're shopping around for your dream home.
This morning, the U.S. housing market is in reverse. Just last month, 17% of homes that went under contract fell through. That's some 60,000 deals called off.
You are seeing people be more cautious. There's a lot of uncertainty going on right now. And it's not just the interest rates. They're looking at their retirement accounts. They're looking at their financial portfolios.
Recent homeowner Rashawn felt it.
Mortgage rates are up, food is up, gas prices.
Mortgage rates are double what they were last year. 12 months ago, a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 3.09%. This year, it's up near 7%, the highest it's been in 2 decades.
For every 1% that interest rates rise, buyers will lose about 10% of their buying power.
Higher mortgage rates also mean that more homeowners are staying put. New listings fell by 22% last month, and home sales are down 25% from last year.
Most people who are selling their houses need to go buy someplace else. There's not enough inventory, and they're locked in at such a low rate.
Put a different way,
if you sell your home and you have to buy again, you're going to be facing that 7% mortgage, not the 3% mortgage you refinanced to last year.
Recent homebuyer Rashawn worked with a mortgage company to lower his rate.
I was working with a mortgage company out of Philadelphia. I probably should have had a higher rate, but they helped me strategically pay down my credit card so I can get the interest rate.
Experts also say make sure the house can fit in your budget, even if an emergency expense arises. Make sure your credit score is as high as possible. It will help you get a cheaper mortgage. And choose wisely. Make sure you buy a place you plan to stay in for 5 years or more.
And that was Deirdre Bolton reporting. So for all you renters out there, like myself, a new report from CNBC just came out and it said rent got cheaper in September. San Antonio making the top 5 cities where rent decreased over the month.
But by how much?
3.3%.
As a renter, are you feeling that?
No.
Or did your rent go up?
My rent stayed the same because I signed a 14-month lease, but that was the least expensive option.
Whew.
I know.
It's expensive out there.
It is. Time now, 9:05, 65 degrees out.
Okay, a respected educator in the Edgewood School District being honored in a special way. We'll tell you what others say about how this honoring is significant.
And let's take a live look out at the Alamo City, like we've been saying. Pretty beautiful out there to start the morning, 65 degrees. What does the rest of the day, the weekend look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. Welcome back. A Day of the Dead ofrenda honoring a respected educator at Edgewood ISD.
Her name, Dorothy Price Collins. She helped desegregate what had been a department store downtown. Jesse Delgado tells us why the ofrenda for Dorothy Price Collins had added significance.
A traditional Mexican ofrenda was being adorned by history students at St. Mary's University outside the San Antonio African American Community Archive and Museum.
This represents both my cultures. I am African American. I'm also Hispanic American.
A symbolic coming together of two cultures embraced by Dorothy Price Collins.
And she would be very proud of that because she believed in helping everyone. Color didn't matter to her.
As in most ofrendas, each item represents something about the person it honors. Among them, a photo of Collins and her former first grade student at Winston Elementary, the now legendary Gloria Estefan. Back then, Collins was asked why put so much effort helping an immigrant child who didn't speak English.
And she said, because this is a child that is working hard to get to a different place than where she's been.
The ofrenda also is a tribute to a woman who had stood up to segregation.
Protest activities or sit-in activities that, that actually tried to move the needle.
And now the ofrenda to Dorothy Price Collins has come to embody her lifelong belief in unity.
We are more alike than different.
Love you and remember you.
Jesse Delgado, KSAT 12 News.
Well, we are now just a little over a week from Muertos Fest. The free event begins October 29th at Hemisphere Park.
There will be original artwork, live music, dancing, and the largest open altar exhibition in San Antonio. So if you want to stay home but still enjoy the event, you can catch our primetime special, which will air on Sunday, October 30th from 8 to 10 p.m. That's going to happen on KSAT, right here on KSAT 12, and also KSAT.com and KSAT Plus, our streaming app. To learn more about Muertos Fest, just scan this QR code on your screen.
All right, this is so cool, and I'm glad that we're streaming everything, and it is going to be so awesome to see. But speaking of streaming and insider events, you guys just had one, the weather department.
We did. We had a virtual insiders weather event last Wednesday.
The funniest question somebody asked you guys? They were getting questions from viewers.
We really didn't have any funny questions.
Really?
Yeah, just interesting questions. Like somebody asked us, what our favorite type of weather was.
Oh.
And it's surprising that a lot of us said, just this time of year.
I would have.
Cool.
I wish I could have been there, just asking questions.
Ridiculous questions. No. That is not necessary. Sarah, what's your favorite kind of weather?
This kind of weather, honestly.
Perfect.
What is your question?
I don't even want to know.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna think about it.
Okay. It can be weird. I'll take it.
I love
Sarah.
All
weird?
Right.
Never.
No. All right. As we look outside with live cam, you can see there are some clouds out there, but it's interesting because some areas around the KSAT 12 viewing area are actually seeing total sunshine. What's also interesting, look how quick these clouds are moving across your screen. Yeah, we're going to end up having a mostly sunny day today. These clouds are already starting to break up. It's 65 degrees rather outside right now, and it is a bit muggy. Dew points are in the low 60s. Winds are from the south at about 10 miles per hour. One thing you'll really notice today is how gusty it's going to be. We'll see wind gusts of up to 25 miles per hour throughout the day today. So keep that in mind. It is going to be a bit breezy. If you have any outdoor plans, those Halloween decorations may be swaying around a bit in the wind. Otherwise, it is a relatively mild start to the day. You know, we've had cooler mornings of late, and temperatures are a few degrees warmer this morning. It's 64 in Kerrville, 62 in Pleasanton, 63 in Del Rio. Good morning in Uvalde at 62, 67 in New Braunfels, and up in the hill country, temperatures are generally in the low 60s. We are noticeably more muggy this morning than we have been the last few mornings. This is a look at the dew point change in the last 24 hours. Dew points have gone up some 10 to 15 degrees. Now, here's a weather fact. Temperatures can never get below the dew point. So as the dew point rises, it becomes more difficult for temperatures to cool down, and that humidity is one of the reasons why it's a little bit warmer out there this morning. Take a look at the satellite. This is a view from space across Texas. Here's Dallas, there's Austin, there's San Antonio. You can really notice that across the escarpment and out to the west, we're seeing cloudy skies this morning. But right across Bexar County, the county is pretty much split in half. We've got cloudy skies to the north and to the west, and clear skies to the south and to the east. Now, we're going to see all of these clouds gradually clear throughout the morning here. By noon, we'll be at 78 degrees. Winds will be sustained from the south at 10 to 20. Again, a few gusts up to 25 miles per hour. And this afternoon, right around 4 or 5 o'clock, that's when we're going to top off at 87 degrees for the high temperature. After the sun sets close to 7, our temperatures will be slow to cool, but it'll still be a pleasant evening. Temperatures in the 70s tonight if you have any Saturday night plans. The average high this time of year is 80 degrees. We're going to be some 5 to 10 degrees warmer than that. In Castroville, it'll be 89, 89 in Seguin and New Braunfels, 85 in Bulverde, Bernie, and Helotes, 89 in Poteet, Uvalde at 87, and 84 up in the hill country. Now, transitioning into when we can have the best chance for rain, Monday looks decent for at least some rainfall around south central Texas. Part of the reason why is we're going to have a cold front moving through. That front is currently working its way through parts of the Pacific Northwest and the northern Rockies. You can see some snowfall in Montana and Idaho. That's pretty common for this time of year. Meanwhile, we're also going to get some moisture from Hurricane Roslyn. Coming up in the next half hour, I'll talk more in depth about the communities in Mexico that could be affected by Hurricane Roslyn. But basically, by the time it moves into south central Texas, it'll be broken up and really just bringing us some moisture. So tomorrow, humid day, warm and windy. We'll have wind gusts of up to 30 miles per hour, high temperatures in the upper 80s. You'll notice the humidity even more tomorrow. Roslyn will fall apart. We're not going to be seeing anything like hurricane conditions in south central Texas or anything like that, but it is going to be bringing us some moisture. By Monday, we'll notice a change. 40% chance spotty scattered showers. Not like last rain event where we had widespread rain. This is going to be way more spotty in nature. But by the time Monday evening rolls around, that front is going to be moving through, and a broken line of storms will be pushing through south central Texas. Broken being the key word there. Again, not everybody is going to be seeing rain. We're going to be on the tail end of the system, so the Texarkana area is going to be the area that sees more rain than us here in San Antonio. And behind that front, it'll be windy, and temperatures will fall into the 70s for highs. So a lot more fall-like by Tuesday afternoon. Keep in mind that if you have any Halloween decorations outside, you're really going to want to anchor those down before Monday, because that's when we'll have some scattered rain, and then Monday night is when we could have a line of storms moving on through. Otherwise, the second half of the week will be much more fall-like with chilly mornings and comfortable afternoons. What do you got for me, Sarah?
What KSAT meteorologist would you say has the most patience?
Aww.
Okay.
That wasn't her original question, for what it's worth.
Okay.
I have to get it approved by Max.
Has the most patience?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Justin Horn.
That's exactly who I said.
Not that Adam and Mia and Mike don't have patience. They absolutely do. But Justin has.
Yeah, he lives with 3 women at home. I don't think I've ever seen Justin flustered.
No.
Very rarely.
Yeah. Time now, 9:17, 65 degrees out.
Okay, up next, our executive producer. She's a movie fanatic, and she has the latest review on DC's Black Adam.
Now let's take a look at those lotto numbers. Pick 3, 130, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 5521, and Fireball 2.
Cash 5, 5, 7, 15, 31, 32. Mega Millions, 34, 36, 43, 45, 68, Mega Ball 22, Mega Plier 2.
Good morning and welcome back. So a lot of new movies out and about. Joy Presley, our executive producer, well, she stayed up late and she saw Black Adam.
Here's her thoughts about the DC comic Black Adam movie. She said, quote, I was worried about overhyping this movie, but boy, was I wrong. It was worth every bit of the hype, an awesome surprise. Also saying the action is intense and nonstop, so buckle up. Her final thought, The Rock is epic, dominating the screen in the best way, and whatever you do, don't miss the mid-credit scene. She gives this 4.5 out of 5 stars. So, okay.
So if you want to make plans to go see it, I just love that as a Rock in it, and he's great.
Well, this has been a 15-year in the making movie.
Wow.
Yeah. He got cast, I believe, in 2007 for this.
Jeez.
It's incredible.
I do want to see it.
Yeah.
All right, time now, 9:21, 65 degrees out.
Okay, a boy in Chicago has gotten help from his parents to come up with some of the best Halloween costumes coming up and how he shines. Oh my gosh, look at these costumes and inspires so many throughout the country.
Good morning and welcome back. A story we've been talking about throughout the morning. A boy in Chicago going all out for Halloween since he was little. Now his parents helping him pull off some of these elaborate and very creative costumes, and now they're getting national attention. I love this story. They've included Ferris Bueller, Beetlejuice, Blue Man Group. Eric Horn caught up with Anthony Alfano, we get a look at this year's costume and see how he's continuing to inspire others around the country.
In Melrose Park in October, there are two pressing questions. Who am I going to be for Halloween? And who is Anthony Alfano going to be?
Excitement. This is what we do it for. All this excitement with the kids and everything is what we do it for. And for Anthony, because look at how happy he is.
Once a year, Anthony is the center of the Halloween universe. His wheelchair-accessible costumes, created by his father, have long been thrilling Halloween lovers. Last year, he rode in style as Cameron from Ferris Bueller. And before that, he was Beetlejuice, Blue Man Group, Zoltar from the movie Big, and more. For 13-year-old Anthony, who has cerebral palsy, that smile says it all. What keeps driving you?
Him. Like, he's the one that every time I see him smile, it's like, I gotta do it again.
This year's costume, the bone organ from Goonies, which in the 80s classic film the kids discover in the labyrinth and have to play correctly in order to survive. Hitting the wrong chords spells doom. Anthony's dad started on the costume weeks ago, crafting the bones from bamboo. And the organ keys from plastic skeleton fingers. We gave it a whirl. Like in the movie, hitting the wrong keys will give you a jolt.
That is an amazing story. My favorite was Ferris Bueller.
I love Ferris Bueller. Dancing with the Stars was really creative, too.
Really elaborate. It's a great story. All right, so the San Antonio Independent School District and Bexar County Sheriff's Office, they're partnering up today, hosting a special food drive.
That's right, our Jonathan Cotto is there now. Jonathan, how's it looking out there?
It is looking really busy. Let me tell you, the lineup of cars here is very impressive. So many families have come out outside of the Bexar County Jail here to receive a food item, part of the food distribution in conjunction with that partnership of San Antonio ISD as well, the Bexar County Jail. And we have Sheriff and the food bank, the San Antonio Food Bank. That's right. Talk to us a little bit more about this effort, Sheriff.
Well, to us, we discovered that during our COVID drives that we were doing, our immunizations drives, we found out that the facility really does lend itself to something like this. And so when we went to SAISD and the food bank, it was a no-brainer for them. They jumped on board with us. And look at this. We're about to bless 500 families today at least. We've probably got already about 200 people in line. And so we've got an assembly line going.
Now, Sheriff, I know that there are some food deserts, as we call them, identified across the city, this area being one of them. Talk to us a little about the ongoing effort. I know that this food drive isn't going to be the only one.
No, it's not. We're hoping to do this at least every couple of months, at least quarterly throughout the year. Look, I started my career here in 78207, and there really are some families in need, but good families, hardworking families, but right now we know times are tough, and so we're absolutely happy and blessed and privileged to be able to provide this for them.
Sheriff, and what a good time to receive these food items. We know Thanksgiving is, really around the corner. What type of items are they going to be receiving here this morning?
Well, today it's going to be a lot of staples, but we've got some fun stuff. We've got some sodas and stuff like that as well. But certainly as Thanksgiving approaches, we absolutely know that there's going to be some people in need, and nobody should go hungry on Thanksgiving especially.
Sheriff, well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being here this morning. This is a beautiful event. It's nice to see the community coming together in this way. Again, 500 families benefiting on this food distribution giveaway here this morning outside of the Bexar County Jail. Back to you in the studio, Max, Sarah.
Jonathan Cotto, thank you.
That is awesome. Time now at 9:28, 65 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday. 9:32 this morning, and I gotta say, picture perfect yesterday. The question is, are we gonna have this beautiful weather going through the week?
Are you gonna go on another walk?
I might, it depends.
Okay, so when you say you went for a walk around the Pearl,
right?
Was it like a half-mile walk or a full mile walk, 2 miles?
I just did laps. I was on the phone.
You don't track your steps?
No.
Max.
I don't have one of those fancy watches.
You gotta get you can get one for like $50.
You know, I'm good for now. But the question is, Sarah, will it be a good day for a walk today?
It will be. Although I will say it will be a little bit warmer and muggier and even a touch windier than what we've been dealing with the last few days. And this morning, some people are dealing with some clouds. I'm going to show you a picture of the clouds from space here. This is a satellite view. And you can see that some of San Antonio is enjoying complete sunshine. We're talking about the south side and east side of San Antonio. Complete sunshine. But north side of San Antonio and across the hill country, you can see these clouds here. They extend all the way out west toward Del Rio, where we're seeing overcast skies. So a bit of a mixed bag depending on where you live. But one thing that's certain is that these clouds are dissipating as we speak. So today we are going to end up with mostly sunny skies in the afternoon. Here's a snapshot at the airport. You can see these clouds are already starting to clear out, but at the airport still registering as overcast. 65, breezy too, with winds from the south at about 10 miles per hour. Now in the pollen count today, this is some good news. We continue to see molds fall. They're low at 210. Go San Antonio. And as we look at the forecast later on today, again, windy, warm, and a bit muggy this weekend. This is what we're going to talk about in just a few minutes. We're also going to talk about Pacific Hurricane Roslyn. Out in the tropics, out in the Pacific Ocean, Roslyn is actually expected to make landfall in parts of western Mexico. I'll show you the areas that Roslyn is going to impact. And we're going to talk about the fact that Roslyn's going to be bringing us some moisture, which means we'll have a shot at rain Monday night because of that and a cold front. I'll talk about how cold we're going to get, and we'll talk about which areas of Texas have the best shot at some soaking rains. Coming up in a few minutes, Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, an argument between family members ends in gunfire on the southwest side. Now, one person is in the hospital and the suspect is on the run. Around 3:30 this morning, police say there was a family gathering in a backyard near Somerset Road and Southwest Military Drive. Two family members started to argue, and then one of them allegedly pulled out a gun and fired it. Police say one person was hit and taken to the hospital and is in serious condition. The suspect drove away from the scene. However, police tell us they expect to catch up with them soon.
Will students across Texas be required to get a COVID vaccination to go to school? It's a big question a lot of parents are asking. The CDC's advisory committee unanimously voting on Thursday to add the COVID vaccine to its list of recommended immunizations for 23. But here's the thing. The move does not mean that American children will be mandated to get the vaccine to go to public school. Now, the reason for that is that the CDC does not mandate vaccine requirements. It only makes recommendations. Here in Texas, our state law does not establish vaccine requirements based on the CDC's recommendations. We know this can be a confusing process for families and for parents, so if you have any questions about your school's immunization requirement, just head to KSAT.com.
Well, the first day of early voting is set for Monday, and the latest polling numbers show Governor Greg Abbott an 11% lead over his gubernatorial opponent, former Congressman Beto O'Rourke. So the Texas Politics Project at the University of Austin released a new poll on Friday that shows more than half of Republican voters say immigration and border security are the most important, while Democrats' priorities are more dispersed between abortion, healthcare, gun violence, and climate change. But political science expert John Taylor says the snapshot of numbers cannot predict the future.
So it comes down to independent voters. And that block of independent voters seem right now to be leaning more toward Abbott than O'Rourke.
Well, again, early voting kicks off on Monday. You can check out the ballot on KSAT.com. We also have your vote guide with everything you need to know. Early voting will run through November 4th. And remember, Election Day is November 8th.
And speaking of voting, lots of voters around San Antonio, around Texas, around the country, they have a lot of questions about November 8th.
Yeah, federal, state, and local authorities are working to ensure your ballot counts. ABC's M. Wynn has more about the warning sent out this morning involving voter security.
With just 3 weekends to go into the midterm elections, this morning the FBI sending a stark warning of potential crimes and threats against workers and voters at polling centers. According to the Brennan Center, 1 in 6 local election workers have experienced threats, and 1 in 5 are very or somewhat unlikely to continue serving through 2024. Just this week in Arizona, authorities investigating multiple complaints of voter intimidation. In surveillance video obtained by our affiliate, KNXV, a voter drops off what appears to be a ballot. Later, you see a number of people set up lawn chairs nearby, that voter alleging they were filmed, followed and accused of being a mule.
We've been preparing for this kind of activity based on, things that have come to our attention about groups that are planning these type of quote unquote watch parties or tailgate parties.
Dane County's clerk in Wisconsin says his office was inundated with threats following the 2020 election. Since then, they've added a plexiglass wall, new security cameras, and secured about $16 million in county funds for a safer facility.
I worry about them. The city clerk received really more specific death threats.
Nationwide, officials fortifying their offices. In Leon County, Florida, new Kevlar walls. In Flagstaff, Arizona, bulletproof glass and a buzzer entry. And in Jefferson County, Colorado, security guards outside polling places.
Time now, 9:38. 66 degrees out.
Well, coming up on Texas Eats, a Cajun recipe cooked by our very own KSAT 12 anchor, Ursula Perry.
Celebrity sighting.
Right.
Very excited about that one. Also excited about this. Halloween just around the corner. A house here in San Antonio serving up the Halloween spirit all month long. We meet inside look at how a local family comes up with their very own creative creations.
Wow.
Spreading some Halloween spirit.
Look at that. I can't wait to check
Is that what
out.
the Costa residence looks like?
Oh, no worries. I have like 2 skeletons. They had like 20. All right, 66 degrees at 9:38. Yeah, you can see that cloud coverage that's covering part of our viewing area. Sarah will have our forecast when we come back.
KSAT 12 presents another Day of the Dead story, Building the Ofrenda.
Building an ofrenda is an important Day of the Dead tradition. These altars have many pieces and parts, and they each have a specific purpose. Bring more life and love to your ofrenda. Involve more family and friends. Ask the children to create art or papel picados. The adults can prepare the offerings like the departed's favorite dishes. Then come together to build and share stories. Remember, this isn't a time for tears, it's a time for celebration. So make a playlist of your lost loved one's favorites and fill the room with music. The night of October 31st is the perfect family night. Spirits are just beginning their journey back to us. Speaking of journey, let's add Don't Stop Believing. She really loved that one.
Okay, so many of us have those neighbors that always go all out when it comes to Halloween decorations, but there's one house in the Deco District that's not only getting thousands of visitors on Halloween night.
They allow everyone to stop by all month long, taking all the spooky displays in. And here's the thing, most of these displays, they're handmade. Jen Tobias-Strusky gives us an inside look.
It's a must-see spot in the Deco District for the ultimate Halloween happy space, so we had to come check it out.
This time of the year, Michael Lane, a retired architect, creates Cemetery Heights off the 1100 block of Donaldson Street near Jefferson High School.
We intentionally make a lot of fun and humorous things. Like if you read all the tombstones, they're all fun little limericks and silly tongue-in-cheek things. Generally, we have little certain areas that we start playing with, like we had the pirate area, we have our mutant plant area.
Whoa, I think these guys are hungry for some water.
Our geriatric skeleton area, which, as the skeletons get older and older, they start falling apart, and so we decided, we'll make fun of that and have this geriatric, area sponsored by Crossbones Ale, which is we made our own little bottles.
A lot of the items you'll see with the displays are recycled, like this thing right here used to be a Duracell battery display. Now, it's this guy's dungeon.
I used to live on a cul-de-sac, a teeny tiny cul-de-sac and we were in the back of the neighborhood, we'd get like 6 kids. But of course, I still went nuts. And so when I married Margaret and moved in here, I suddenly had this huge space, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. And she's, you know, patted me on the head, and because I'm saying, I'm gonna use the whole yard. She's like, no, you won't. I use the whole yard.
You'll even find some skeletons hanging out on top of the house. Lane and his wife welcome all visitors to their property to explore, take photos, and take in all the fun.
Because just driving by, that's not enough. Because all the tombstones have funny sayings. There's a lot to see inside as well.
And on Halloween night,
oh, we are packed. Because we get a lot of people, you know, bringing groups here because they've been seeing it, you know, in the neighborhood for so long that everybody wants to come here, and it's a magnet site. We usually get about 1,000 kids.
And as you can see, there's a lot of work that goes into every little detail here.
Ooh, I got another foot to go.
So plan your visit now or wait till Halloween night. After all, this entire place is quite the treat, but there will be tricks too.
That's the thing about skeletons, is they cheat.
Jen Tobias-Trusky, KSAT 12 News.
I bet you when it got windy, those skeletons that were playing Twister were like all twisted up. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to the Mission Del Lago community. I hosted a Halloween decoration contest, and it was cool. I got to see some of their decorations out there. They're on the far south side.
What was one of your favorite things that you saw?
Well, I don't know if they've announced the winners yet, so I'm not going to say who I
stay tuned.
Who I liked.
That sounds good.
But they had some cool decorations out there.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So we talked about the wind.
Yeah, speaking of, so by Tuesday morning, it's going to be very windy around San Antonio because of a cold front. So start thinking about if you have any Halloween decorations, start thinking about what you're going to want to do to secure those or bring them in before that front moves through Monday night into Tuesday morning. For now, though, let's talk about the day today. As you can see, it's a mixed bag. Some communities are dealing with cloudy skies while others are enjoying some clear skies. Here's a look at that cloud deck from Austin all the way out to Del Rio, Eagle Pass, and through downtown San Antonio as well. Temperatures are generally in the mid to upper 60s. It's a bit of a mild morning compared to the last few mornings. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. Again, Helotes completely under cloudy skies right now, but you go just down to the airport, skies have started to clear. We're seeing clear skies in Converse and near Stinson on the south side of Bexar County, and that cloud deck is just bisecting New Braunfels here where it's in the 70s at the moment. But it's still cloudy up near Bernie, Bulverde, Canyon Lake, and Kerrville is starting to see those skies clear as well. It is not as cool as it has been the last few mornings because the humidity is on the rise. Dew points are actually in the low 60s right now. Once a dew point temperature gets above 60 degrees, that's when you can feel a little bit of the mugginess. Now this afternoon, dew points will come back down into the 50s, but it is still going to be a little bit more humid than it has been the last few days. And windier too. We're going to be seeing potential wind gusts of up to 25 miles per hour. This is a look into this afternoon. You can see wind gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour from the south, bringing in that rich Gulf of Mexico moisture. And we'll see an even more muggy day tomorrow as a result of the gusty south winds today. So today we are going to be seeing these skies clear. They're already clearing. By noon, it'll be partly cloudy. And in the afternoon, all of us going to be mostly sunny this afternoon. High temperature in the upper 80s, winds sustained from the south at 10 to 20, but gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, after the sun sets close to 7, it's going to be a pretty mild evening, pretty comfortable temperatures in the 70s. Now, the high temperature on average this time of year is 80 degrees. Take a look at this. Most neighborhoods across south central Texas going to be some 5 to 10 degrees above that. It's going to be 89 in Carrizo Springs, 89 in Pleasanton, 90 in Gonzales, 89 in New Braunfels, 84 in Kerrville, 87 here in San Antonio, and 87 out in Del Rio. Transitioning to talk about our next chance for rain, there is a cold front up across parts of the Pacific Northwest, the Northern Rockies. This is going to be moving through Monday night into Tuesday. That's a system that's going to be making it windy on Tuesday for those Halloween decorations. That's going to interact too with moisture from what is currently Hurricane Roslyn. It is now strengthened into a Category 4 hurricane out in the Pacific and is expected to make landfall north of Puerto Vallarta as a Category 3 hurricane early Sunday morning. It'll eventually fall apart across the mountains of Mexico. We're not going to see any kind of difficult weather from Roslyn here in San Antonio, but it is going to be bringing us some moisture. However, if you have family near Puerto Vallarta or interest near Puerto Vallarta, know that those areas are under hurricane warnings. Let me take you through the futurecast. Humid tomorrow, winds gusts up to 30 miles per hour and mostly cloudy, a little bit more cloudier than today. Monday will be our transition day as that front approaches. Unlike the last rainfall event where we had widespread rain, the rain this time will be more spotty in nature. And then by Monday night, with that front moving through, we'll have a broken line of storms with most of the energy up near the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're going to be on the tail end of this. It's not going to rain for everyone, but behind it, it will be windy for everyone. Gusts up to 35 miles per hour on Tuesday, temperatures falling into the 70s. Most of the rain from this will be up near the Texarkana region, about 3 inches of rain up there. As for us in San Antonio, unfortunately, the best we can do is about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain if you're lucky. Otherwise, this is again not going to be a big rainfall event for us, but it is something to think about when you're wanting to protect those Halloween decorations outside. I would get those decorations secured or brought in by Sunday night because some areas will get rain Monday.
Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking of that house now in the Art Deco that we just showed. They had like over 100 skeletons.
They nailed the skeletons in though.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have to do a lot of maintenance though, probably.
Oh my God.
What about you? Are you safe for all this?
No, I need to figure it out.
And again, I gotta note that, you know, it's not going to be raining everywhere like it did last event. It's going to be pretty spotty in nature, but it will get windy everywhere Tuesday morning.
Gotcha.
That darn wind. Okay, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. 9:51, 67 degrees out.
All right, let's take a look outside with TransGuide. Oh, people are up. They are moving. They are getting their Saturday going. If we see any incidents happen on the road, we will let you know about it. Please be safe out there.
And here we go. We've been waiting for all week. Today on Texas Eats, our own Ursula Perry heating things up in the Texas Eats outdoor kitchen right in the backyard. Oh, I'm upset they didn't bring us samples. Cheesy Cajun shrimp and grits. She has her own recipe.
Ursula's a pretty good cook. She brings us soup and stuff.
You know what? You know it's good because within 10 minutes it's gone.
I know. I missed it this week.
I see the email.
I'm so upset I missed her soup.
I went in there, couldn't get any.
All right, lotto numbers: pick 3, 130, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 5521, Fireball 2.
And your cash 5 is 5, 7, 15, 31, 32. Here we go. Mega Millions: 34, 36, 43, 45, 68. Big number 22. Megaplier 2. Good luck. We'll be right back.
And I love what you've done here. I mean, look how beautiful this is. You have that bed of cheesy grits on the bottom, and then on top, you have the sausage, the shrimp. You have all those veggies on there as well. Put a little lemon on top to make it look pretty, but it also adds a little bit of brightness and acidity when you take that bite. You guys, this recipe is so delicious, and you make it look so easy.
It is easy. If you can stir a cast iron pot with stuff in it, you can make this dish.
All right, Ursula, she is our Louisiana gal, and she loves to cook everything Cajun. Watch this. You're going to want to watch the Texas Eats episode after this because her recipes, they're good.
I love the LSU apron, too.
She is so proud.
It does look really good. All right, time now, 9:56, 66 degrees out.
Okay, we are in peak Monarch migration season. Monarch stopping through South Texas to fuel up on food as they make their annual flight to Mexico. So what you're looking at right now is a video I took yesterday in my garden. This is a female monarch laying her eggs on milkweed. This is so important to see new generations of migrating monarchs because they were recently placed on the endangered species list this year. So on Monday, I'll be visiting the National Butterfly Center in Mission, checking on those migration numbers and how the drought impacted this. I'll have those stories later this week on GMSA.
And in today's pollen count, the only allergen present is molds, and it is low. That is some good news there. This weekend, all in all, is going to be pretty nice. However, it will be a little bit windier, warmer, and muggier. We'll have some spotty rain on Monday with a cold front moving through Monday night. That'll bring gusty winds and fall-like conditions.
All right, that is it for us. Have a great rest of your day. Texas Eats starts right now.